If you're ready to take back control of your health, you're in the right place. Welcome to Awaken Wellness with me, Tanya Candy, registered nurse and health coach. Now, I'm not your typical nurse. I consider myself divorced from traditional healthcare. I broke free of the sick care system in 2019 when I realized that the root cause to my sickness, my autoimmune disease, and my chronic pain was me. If you're ready for truth, for clarity, for honesty in a tough, love, compassionate way, I'm the coach for you. Join me while we dig into our root causes of sickness and disease. Oh, hey, thanks for tuning in. It's Nurse Tanya from Awaken Wellness. So let me get my TikTok live going here. I am multitasking at its finest, right? We've got to do all these things all at once so we can get the most bang out of our time frame. If you are on Instagram, let's see, I can look over there. Yeah, and I see there's a few people there. So that's awesome. Live streaming over to Instagram is super new to me. It looks like there's quite a bit of a delay there, which is okay. That's not a big deal. So, wherever you're at, whatever platform you're on, like and share my video. That would be awesome. I would love it if you share. I'm going to take a second to share out on TikTok to a few of my TikTok friends. TikTok has really been good to me when it comes to doing live videos. So, why I am taking time to come on tonight live is to get you all geared up. If you haven't signed up for my WholeMe 30-day abundance mindset renewal, that is why I'm here. That is what I'm wanting you to do. So, it is a totally evergreen program. It's never going to go away. You can register anytime, but of course, January is the best time to really go all in and do something new, something different. So, what I want to do is I want to talk about the prep, what you need to get prepped to be successful. So, I myself, in my journey to health, the thing I have yet to accomplish is getting rid of this 20 to 30 pounds. That is my next goal. I have been staying in the mindset, being patient with my body, being in the mindset that a healthy body finds a healthy weight. A healthy body finds a healthy weight. Well, I also had kind of gotten into the place where I was lying to myself and telling myself that I was in maintenance. And in maintenance, we can kind of have a 80-20 relationship with those inflammatory foods. And like, even as a health coach, as a nurse who is a functional practitioner, I had let myself get way over too far into that gray area. My 80-20 was becoming 60-40, and you know how it is. Those things, you feel good. So then you kind of quit doing those things that got you feeling good in the first place. So, hey, 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 everybody on TikTok, welcome in. Please take a second to like and share the video. This is going to be hard for me. If I miss your comments, I apologize in advance because I am trying to live stream. This is like my TikTok camera, and this is my Facebook camera. So I am trying to live stream on multiple platforms. So I will take a time here and there to go into those comments and see what's going on. We want to get you signed up for Whole30. No matter what platform you're on, I have got the link in bio thing happening. All you have to do is go to that link in bio, click the Whole30 button and go ahead and get registered. Whole30 is evergreen, it never goes away. Sorry, I always misspeak. Whole30, we use the Whole30 food program, but the rest of the program is called WholeMe. So that's where I'm taking the food program and then we are adding to it. We're adding mindset work, we're adding some movement, we're adding all those things. So I'm doing this program really for selfish reasons because I need it. I have gotten laxy daisy in my routine. Like I was saying earlier, my 80/20 is becoming 60/40. So we are going to go over some of those Whole30 rules. So you've got a couple of days to get your groceries together, to get prepared. And I have the program locked right now. So not going to start till the first, and we're going to start together. Now, if you are late coming in and you don't start with us, that's fine. You're not going to fast forward. You're going to start at your start, and it'll still work just fine. No problems. That'll work just great. Okay, so we've got a few people tuned in on different platforms. So TikTok, I probably will just turn my camera around for you guys so you can see my screen. So, sorry, TikTok, it's going to be trickier. If you want a better view, if you're on TikTok and you want a better view, come and find me on Facebook or YouTube, or Instagram. Any of those, you're going to get a better view. I don't know how I can screen share with you guys. Okay, give me just a second to get my screen share going. You guys are welcome to drop in some questions. Like I say, I apologize in advance if I didn't get to them. Welcome in. There's so many people coming and going on TikTok. I love it. I get so sidetracked. I love to take the time to do the welcome, Amber, welcome, Denise. Um, Welcome in, welcome in. My name is Tanya. I am an RN. I consider myself divorced from the sick care system. I got myself re educated and I now have a really cool business in which I practice functional medicine or functional healthcare or however you want to say it. I do bioenergetic testing, I do muscle testing, and I have so much fun. We do functional testing, blood work, you name it, we do it. So we are going to be talking about the Full30 program. This is the mindset. The part I wrote, the whole me, we're gonna do some journaling. We're gonna do breath work. We're gonna do movement. We're gonna do all that stuff with the Whole30 food program. So now the printout that I'm gonna show you guys is available I call it education vault. That's where you're signing up. You're gonna get access to this free education vault. And let me see what that looks like. I thought I was sharing. It doesn't look like I'm sharing. Hold on. I got something goofed up. Screen share, entire screen. There we go. Share. Okay, now we got it. Okay, this is what I want to share with you guys. Maybe let me make sure. Gosh, I can't tell for sure what that looks like. It must be good. If somebody is on Facebook or TikTok, drop me a comment. I can't tell what you guys are seeing. Hmm. Yeah, drop me a comment over there. I'm just not sure. Sorry, everybody. Just give me a little grace here. What does it say? This tab is your screen. Yeah, and then it's hard for me to see comments. So on Facebook, if you can tell me if you're seeing the screen I want, hopefully you are. I don't know. I'm going to roll with it. So, what I want to talk to you first about the Whole 30 itself. It's a unique program. It's been around forever. If you like cookbooks, if you like all that stuff, you can totally go to Amazon or wherever people have written tons of books and tons of plants. So that information is all up to you. If you like recipes, if you need recipes to get through it, then that's what you're going to do. But the mindset I love of Whole 30. So I'm just going to read this to you, okay? So the Whole 30 mindset checklist. I found it helpful to give a new Whole 30 mindset cheat sheet. Okay, so I'm just reading it off. This is a cheat sheet. It's in the education vault. You can just print it off when you get there or just read through it if you don't like to waste paper. So you are going to use this way of thinking. So the Whole 30 is a short term self experiment designed to help you learn the foods that work best for you so you can create your own personalized, sustainable, joyful diet. So that's awesome mindset, right? We're not going to think about the foods, we're not going to give negative energy to the foods that we're giving up. We're giving positive energy to the foods that sustain us, to that bring us life, that bring us joy. The next one is the foods I eliminate are not bad or unhealthy, they're just unknown. In my Whole 30 elimination, and reintroduction, I trust myself to determine how these foods work for me. So it's really important. You're going to do 30 days that you're going to refrain from certain foods and food groups. And then when you bring them in, you're going to bring them in one item at a time. And you're just going to eat it for a day. And then you're going to go back to the abstaining for a couple of days and you're going to wait on your body to tell you how that food made you feel. So when we feel crappy, a lot of times we just don't know why. We don't know what's making us feel crappy. We don't know what's depleting our energy because we just feel so crappy all the time and there's so much noise, all that yuck, like we have no idea, we cannot tell because we haven't felt good for so long that we just don't know. So I love this. These foods that we're avoiding are not necessarily bad or unhealthy. We're not going to hate on them, we're just going to say they're unknown, right? So we're going to push them out as we figure this out. And then again, no foods are good or bad. I am not good or bad based on what I eat. I love that, right? So, like we can give ourselves so much guilt and condemnation when we fall off the wagon, or when we know we're eating junky. So, we're not going to do that. We're not going to attach our feelings to the food. Food is not moral, and I will show myself grace as I work to embrace this mindset. I love that. I love that. I hate how we have become so emotionally attached to sugar, especially around the holidays and celebrations, and why does good news always come with sugar or junk food? Giggles, the Whole 30. There's going to be a local meeting here in North Dakota. Oh, you should totally go. Yes, you should totally go. And the more physical accountability and the more support you have, the better. Definitely join my little free program too. It's in my link in bio. It's called WholeMe. So we're going to add the behavioral part, the mindset, some journaling, some pulling of the old weeds and things like that with the whole 30 foods. So yeah, you should definitely go. Okay, so the next thing is for 30 days, I'll take a break from checking the scale and focusing on body weight. Instead, I'll celebrate all the other benefits I'm seeing in my whole 30 journey. So I love that. In the whole me, we're definitely playing by those rules. So you can weigh yourself on day one. That's it. Take your measurements even better, like your neck, you'll lose in your neck. Take your chest, take your waist, take your hips, take your thighs. And measurements, great, but only once at the very beginning. You can take your measurements and then you're just going to coast and you will lose pounds quickly. You will lose some pounds very quickly. And mostly the pounds that you're seeing are inflammation. Your body just starts to deflate. Those inflammatory foods, it's a fake weight, it's a false weight, it's a false weight gain, it's a false weight loss, especially if you can, really fluctuate 5 to 10 pounds, even sometimes depending on your cycle and throughout the month. It's water weight and it's inflammation. So you will see some quick results. I am making a commitment to myself and the whole 30, including the reintroduction. Like, it is so worth it to do that reintroduction slow and methodical. I am worthy of keeping this commitment and I will advocate for myself during the program. Like, yes, yes, yes. We have to find it in here. Now, once you get in the Education Vault, my Whole Me program, there are going to be some bonuses. We are currently, like, it's not even launched, it is that fresh. We are working on setting up a private Facebook group, and that is going to be a subscription fee. So, like, the Whole Me is free, it's always going to be free. But if you would like to go deeper into that community and really build those friendships, build those relationships, exchange ideas, exchange workouts, like everything. We will give into you even more every day. That is going to be in a member only Facebook group, and that's going to be longer than a month. So most people, this is going to take longer, right? And we want to stay here. We want to nurture what we are gaining in momentum. So that information is not going to be released to the general public. You have to be in the whole 30 free program, that free masterclass. And then we're going to give you the opportunity to join that private group from there. Okay. So now let's talk about the rules. So I want to check over here at Instagram. All right, looks like there's just a couple of people on Instagram. There are people in, people out. That's awesome. I'm not able to see Instagram comments, so I'm just gonna say hi, everybody. Right. Just say hi over there. That's really cool. What I'm using is StreamYard to stream into multiple places. And then here I have to hold my phone and talk to TikTok. But if you're interested in streaming platform, I have had really good luck with StreamYard. And it also then records your stuff so you can reuse it at a later date. So welcome in on TikTok. People have kind of been coming and going. I love all of you that are liking the live for me and sharing. I appreciate that so much. I'm going to reintroduce myself. It's Nurse Tanya from Awakened Wellness, the RN that is divorced from the sick care system. I am live tonight to invite you all to join us and make 2025 transformational for you, for your mindset, for like your whole future. So, yes, we want to really go hard and start in January, but we want to keep this like lifetime habits. We want to work on our mindset. We want to work on our self love, our self respect. So, we are sustainable, making these sustainable changes. And I'm just going to say right up front, I need this. I need this. I have come so far with my health journey. And it was a really rough 3 years, like a really rough 3 years. The detox, the parasite cleanse, the healing from fibromyalgia, like all the crazy GI stuff I had going on. It's been a long 3 years, and I had gotten really lackadaisy. I had gotten to the point where I was considering myself in maintenance, and years ago, I did food allergies and avoided 30 foods and then really stuck to being gluten free for a long time. I really stuck to the whole 80/20, like barely ever doing dairy and all that. And I just got to say the last really year I've been feeling too good. So I've been just acting like the general public, eating way too much of the standard American diet and not eating like a health coach. So, hey, Stacy, so I need this. I need to get myself back into a place of accountability. I need this reset. So, I really appreciate you guys coming on board, letting me be real, letting me be authentic, and letting me be your coach, even though I am coaching you out of my own need and out of my own imperfection, right? So, super authentic. And I am ready to lose. I'd love to lose 25 pounds. Like, really, that would make me so happy. Make me so happy. And it has to be, I always say, a healthy body finds a healthy weight. A healthy body finds a healthy weight. Well, for me, my downfall has been movement. Like, we all have the time. We have to make the time. That's just the last thing I want to do. I'd rather be sitting on my phone making Facebook posts or, visiting with you or whatever. So, accountability in 2025, my body has got to move if I want to do this, if I want to sustain it. All right, let's talk some more about Whole 30 rules. So, once you get inside the vault, my WholeMe program. Once you get inside there, I made the downloads easy and accessible for you to print out or bring up on your computer. Now, this part of it is nothing special. I totally just went to the Whole30's website and downloaded their free resources and uploaded them into my vault. So that is nothing special, but I just made it convenient for you. I just made it easy for you. So the basic rules, I love it's so simple. They keep it so simple. If you like to complicate things, go ahead, complicate it with fancy recipes and all that, but that's not how I roll. I'm a really simple cook. Things have to be simple for me, or I end up eating food out of a bag. So, and let's talk about processed food. Like, I find it really interesting, like, again, hypocritical health coach, like, I eat plenty of food out of a bag, I do, but, like, I buy organic junk food or I buy from Thrive Market, but it's still processed food, it's just classier junk food, right? So, I know that, but why I'm sharing this is a lot of times, like when I have a new client on board and I do their intake and I ask them if they eat processed food, and people will check no. So, a lot of people, when they think of processed food, they think of frozen TV dinners or frozen pizzas. Well, technically, anything with a ingredient label and your nutrition breakdown on the back of it is processed. Some of it is ultra processed, but a lot of it is processed. I mean, technically, frozen food is processed because somebody processed it and put it in a bag, right? So, canned food is processed food. Cheese is processed food. Dairy, all of it is processed food. So, there's no way we can get away from some amount of processed food. That's totally not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is just flip your mindset a little bit and realize the processing is a bigger scope than what you think. It doesn't mean Weight Watchers meals or Hungry Jack frozen dinners, right? So, all right. The very simple, basic. I love the basic rules to Whole30. I love, they really promote eating 3 or 4 little meals a day. So I'm gonna add that I promote intermittent fasting, like, for sure. I promote having a eating window that fits in your schedule. Like, I'm not gonna choose that for you. You have to choose that. If you're ever gonna have any chance of sticking to it, you have to choose that eating window. It has to work for your schedule. A lot of people need to work up to that hour being longer, that window of eating being smaller. A lot of people have to train for that, especially if you're metabolically inflexible, if you've got some blood sugar issues, you really need to train for that. So, what I'm saying is just not blanket advice. You have to figure this stuff out for yourself. Now, our good friend Barbara O'Neill and a lot of other people who are wise like her would say that you want to eat your biggest meal early in the morning, and then each hour or each time you eat, you want to go down in volume. So the most nutrition in the morning, then going down in volume. And I would agree with that for sure. Another thing that you hear Barbara saying a lot, and I got to spend a week with Barbara in person a couple of summers ago. It was amazing, but you'll hear her say a lot to withhold your fluids while you're eating. And I think that's a great little tip because when you're drinking water or drinking while you eat, it really waters down your stomach acid. And most people don't think of that. But most people have way less stomach acid. And ultimately, the majority of the population would feel a lot better if they took a digestive enzyme or did some apple cider vinegar before they ate. But at a minimum, withholding those fluids helps to not water down your stomach acid. And then, of course, eating slow and chewing your food. All things preaching to the choir. I need to hear exactly what I'm saying. So we're going to eat. The Whole30 is wanting you to eat small meals throughout the day, right? So you choose your window, you choose when, you choose how. Protein about the size of your fist. So the inside of my palm should be the size of your protein. So if you're a little person, that's littler. If you're a big person, that's bigger, right? Then the main portion of what you're eating is going to be vegetables. So in the Whole30 program, they're not telling you to refrain from any vegetables in particular. But if you did some food sensitivity or food allergy testing and you know that you shouldn't eat lettuce or you shouldn't eat tomato or you shouldn't eat kale, then don't eat it. Like, don't waver from that just because of this Whole30. You still want to do what your immune system wants you to do, right? So that ultimately comes first. The Whole30 is not talking to you as an individual about your food sensitivities. So be smart. Like, just be smart about this stuff. So the majority fruit are vegetables, like your whole plate if you want. And then your fruit is going to fit in the size of your palm. So it's going to be one piece of fruit, right? Um, then oils and butters, the size of your thumb. Coconut olives, again, the size of your palm. I should speak to this camera over here too. Nuts and seeds, smaller, palm size, smaller, like not the whole handful, smaller. When you think about nuts and seeds, they are great for you. A lot of calories, a lot of fat, and back in the old days when you had to crack them yourselves, they took a lot of time to eat. So nobody ate them by the handfuls like we do now. So always remember that. And like if you think of a nut, the harder it was to get in, the more time it took to get in, the less of it you probably need to eat, right? I get it. Yeah. Okay, let me um, take a breather and look at some of these questions. Okay, Cobra says um, people got to cleanse their blood, then there's no sensitivity. So I do kind of get what you're saying, but I can't say that I fully agree with that. So it's not about cleaning your blood from my perspective. It is about the gaps in your mucosa of your intestine. So cleaning your blood, the food proteins should never have gotten in your blood in the first place. So it's not about cleaning your blood. It's about figuring out why they got in your blood and fixing the problem of them getting in your blood. So for me, that I just see that different. I don't think it's about cleansing your blood. And your blood cleans itself like all the time. And that's why you have an inflammatory response to the foreign proteins or food proteins that are in your blood. That is your body cleaning it. The inflammatory response is your body cleaning it. So I guess I just don't see it like that. If we were working at optimal perfection, like the Lord designed us, the food proteins would not get in our blood in the first place. How they do, I can't use two hands, but the gaps, the junctions in our mucosa are supposed to be tight like this, like so things can't get through them. But when we have issues like parasites or toxins or preservatives, it's like this. So those food, it's supposed to be like a coffee filter, like your mucosal, it's like a coffee filter. So the water and the after your body composts the food and turns it into micro nutrition like your B vitamins and and lets loose the vitamins out of your food. That's a whole composting pile. We have to have the right environment, we have the right microbes, and then our microbes break down food into usable nutrition. That usable nutrition is supposed to tight junctions go through there like a coffee filter and get into your blood and then be used by your cells on a cellular level. And if we've got problems, then it's like this and like a screen and not a coffee filter. And the food proteins get in your blood as well. Then there's an inflammatory response because the immune system has to clean it up. The immune system doesn't know that it's not a pathogen, a parasite, a virus. um, the immune system just knows it's not supposed to be there, so it's gonna fix it. So yeah, that was a long answer. How do you sign up for the program? It is super simple. You are going to go to my link in bio and just click that link and it'll take you to a registration page. um, all right, so on to the next. I really got off on a rabbit hole. Mm, okay. All right. I'm going back to the rules. The whole 30 rules. So simple. I'm what got me going thinking I might as well do a video about it. I was trying to make my grocery list and my Azure Wall order for the month and I'm like, "Oh, okay, what do I need?" Avocados are good with the whole 30. Coconut milk is good with the whole 30. So let's talk about what we are going to avoid. Protein, we're good with protein. They do have a completely like vegan or vegetarian program as well that is different, of course, because of the proteins they're going to have to find is different. Let me check Instagram here a little bit. Still get a couple of people over there. I'm not okay. You can see my screen. Cool. Sorry, back on track. You are gonna avoid dairy for sure. You can still do animal protein, but we're not going to do dairy. Um, See, you can do nuts, you can do seeds, you can do olives, you can do butters. They recommend G, nut butter, seed butter, coconut butter. So for me, I am on the page where I consider butter fermented. Like G is one step further fermented, and maybe I'll give it another try. My taste buds are having a hard time getting used to that stuff. But if I'm going to practice what I preach, right? I better give it another try. I definitely have some, so I'll give it another try. How about you guys? You like that ghee stuff? I don't know. It's just difficult for me to get used to. So, what else? Let's see. Your hunger levels, it says. Add fat in the following recommended amounts per meal. We talked about that. Your thumb, size of your thumb was your oils and your butter. Size of your hand was your coconut and olives. Smaller for nuts and seeds. Avocado, you can do a half to a whole. And coconut milk, you can do um, 1/4 to half the can. All right, so those are those basic size rules, right? So then let's look at the basic food rules. Yeah, it said it was going to flip this for you guys on TikTok, but I never did I? I don't think you'd be able to read it either. The screen would be too small. Um, Laura says, never tried. Laura, did I miss a comment? Never tried what? So, never tried the whole 30? So, just looking at comments. Okay, so whole 30, phase one elimination is 30 days. Again, you are allowed to eat meat, seafood, and eggs. So, like, this is kind of that whole egg thing. Usually, for all my clients, when they start care with me, we avoid the 7 inflammatory foods at least throughout their detox, which is going to be 120 days, if not like forever. And eggs are on that list. So, this though is for my clients, I'm going to say we're doing this different. If you're doing the whole 30 and you want to eat eggs, eat eggs. But if you've done a food allergy test and your IgG or your IgE even says not to, then you don't. Then you don't. Like you don't change that rule just because you're doing whole 30. That rule stays. If you've got food allergies, that always comes first. So I've said it before, say it again. You stick to your food allergies no matter what. I tend to be like Dr. Patrick Flynn, an all or nothing. So if you do IgG food allergies and you get a +1, or +2, +3, +4, a lot of people don't want to deal with it until it said a +4. But I say if you want your body to heal, you need to avoid all the +1s as well. So, I mean, you can ignore it and you can eat those +1 foods, but it just takes you that much longer to get better, that much longer to get well. So, it's hard. It's a mindset, and we have to have the self discipline and the motivation to do these things. All right, so meat, seafood, eggs, they're all a go. If I were you, I would keep it as clean as possible. So for me, I don't touch biblically unclean food. That's a personal preference. This whole 30, the general rules, that's up to you. You do you. If you want to eat pork with parasites, you go right ahead. If you want to eat bottom feeding crustaceans that, were meant to clean the earth, then you just do you. But then after that, I can sell you a really good parasite cleanse. Fruits and vegetables are a go. So again, try to stay as clean as you can. Try to do organic. It's hard, especially like in my area. We're in Montana. We don't have the best produce options. So a lot of times I will go to the frozen food section, and I do believe it is less chemical sprayed, even if it's not organic, because even in grocery stores, even the organic stuff gets that spray, like that fresh spray on it in the store. And there's gross stuff in there. It's not just like distilled water or something. And plus, people touch that, all of it. They touch it, they sneeze on it, you know, all of that. So at least in the frozen section, it doesn't have to be treated with as many chemicals as it does when it's sitting in that fresh case. Um, can we get the IgG blood work without a doc? Yeah, Paige, I do IgG testing. I don't have a quick link for that because that's just not how it works. But the IgG kits, okay, Facebook, I got a question. Somebody wants to know how they can do IgG testing. IgG testing is great, especially if you have kind of hit a wall. Like if you are doing so many things right and you still just feel shitty, or you just can't get where you want to get, the IgG testing is great. The company I use is Immunolabs, and I like them the best because they do four subsections or I can't remember the fancy name for it, of IgG. A lot of the tests that you run for IgG, I don't like hair for IgG at all. Um, I like blood for that, and but some of them only run one subset, so they are really below par. They're not very accurate. Like I said, the company that I use is called Immunolabs. You cannot order directly from them, but you can go to their website and see like the different kits that they offer. The one that I sell the most of is the kit that does 207 foods. There's a lot of spices in that kit as well. And that one's a great one, and if you have got autoimmune disease, I really truly believe you need to retest your IgG food allergies every 6 months. One, we want them to go away. So the goal with IgG food allergies is that they go away. They go away because your gut is healing and it's no longer allowing things to seep into your bloodstream. Even IgE, which is an emergent, like usually you get a hives, you get your throat closing. Like for my husband, though, he had asthma his whole life, and we did IgE as well as IgG, and he had IgE to corn, peanuts, and wheat. So when he quit eating those things, he never ever had asthma symptoms again. Like rarely needs his inhaler unless he is out in the oats bin shoveling oats, or something like that. So I always thought as an adult you would know if you had an IgG or IgE, but that's not always the case. So yeah, that is a really, really good test to do, those IgGs. And even through the doctor, your insurance will never pay for that. The 400 are the test what for 207 foods. I sell that at a rate of $450, and I only have that like marked up enough to cover the credit card fees. Like it's a wash. I don't make money on it. Some companies or some providers, like I could charge you $1,000 for it if I wanted to. So that is once I, as a provider, open up the account, I can charge whatever I want for the test. So I don't mark them up because it's I just don't. I'm just that way. Yeah, Paige, contact me. That would be great. What do you clean your fresh vegetables with? Charlene, I prefer if I have it on hand, I like Young Living essential oils. They have got a fresh fruit and vegetable wash. If I have that on hand, that is my first go to. If I don't, I just do the baking soda and vinegar and let them soak in the sink for a while. All right, back to the whole 30. You're good with animal and plant based fats. you're good with herbs and seasonings. Like, we need to use way more herbs and seasonings. Um, I kinda just started throwing turmeric on almost everything I cook, using rosemary, using thyme, using sage. I love cilantro. So all of those things are so good for us. They raise our vibration. They are medicinal, so we just need to go back to using them and to stay away. I have this thing, like, I like to buy spice mixes and I like to buy condiments, but I never use them. I don't know what's up with that. But I've gotten away from doing that because the spice mixes, you gotta be careful. They always add MSG, they always add other crap. So you're better off just buying your whole herbs, getting one of those little grinder things and toss it in your food. Always using good salt, your Celtic salt, your Baja salt, your what I like Redmond salt. So always using your good salt. Now, back to the Whole30. If you're new here, what I'm talking about is my WholeMe program. So, link in bio, it's evergreen, it's always free. But I would love it if you would sign up and start with us in January. We start together in January. We kind of pool our energy. So we're going to be quantumly in this together. We're going to be quantumly encouraging and quantumly building on that willpower. And so, of course, then I ask, if after like day 5 you're flunking out, totally remove yourself from the group. Don't stay connected if you are dragging us down, our energy. If you just be respectful and leave. If you're not doing the work, if it's not for you, that's fine. Just don't be a succubus. Like, don't suck our energy. We want to keep that energy high. We want to keep it collective. We want to keep that mindset up. So, yes, link in bio. Sign up for that Whole30. Whole me. And then we're using the Whole30. So, what are we absolutely eliminating for 30 days? Da, 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 sugar. You knew I was going to say it. Sugar. No sugar for 30 days. No alcohol for 30 days. This is super important. So if you have an alcohol problem, sorry, you only have 2 days to get this weaned off. You're going to go cold turkey. No alcohol. Alcohol messes up everything, digestion, your methylation, your detox pathways. It's got to go, period. Especially for these 30 days. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Okay. And grain. So the Whole30 is really, really, really important that you avoid grain, all of it. So that's rice, that's corn, that's quinoa, wheat, rye, barley, amaranth, all those funny grains, they have to go. Now, I didn't really look very close at the vegetarian format because I'm not a vegetarian. So that might be different. That might be a little bit different with that meal plan. But we're not going to go over that. If you're vegetarian, you can do the homework yourself. And then we are going to completely avoid legumes. So beans, lentils, soy, and peanuts. None. None of those things for 30 days. And I love how they call it the pancake rule. So that's just no baked goods. No pancakes, no gluten free pancakes, no pasta, none of any sort. No cereal, nothing out of the cereal box. No chips, no fries, and no processed foods, and no using the scale. I love that. I absolutely love that. So, you can weigh yourself and measure yourself on day 1. That's it. After that, nope. Nope, you just got to feel it. You just got to feel it. You can't cheat. You have to wait for 30 days before you can get on the scale and remeasure. And that is super hard for people, but it is a must because we're not making this mindset about pounds. We're making it about our health, right? Our mental health, our heart health, our whole well being, and our relationship with food, our addictions, right? And then, so the fine points says there's a couple exceptions. So they do allow you to do green beans, sugar snap peas, snow peas, green peas, yellow, and split peas. So some programs want you to take away all that sugar, even in those sugary type vegetables. So they're allowed. Um, you can do ghee or clarified butter, cooking oils, and it says regardless of the soy source. That surprises me. That really surprises me. So if I were you, I would totally stay away from your vegetable oil, your canola oil, all your bad oils. Like for me, there are no. Like that's my whole 30. But if you're just gonna follow the rules, then you do you. I can't force you to do anything. You're gonna take this and you're gonna make it your own. You can use coconut, Amos, but not soy. You can use extracts like vanilla, lemon, lavender, like alcohol based extracts. Those are okay. Or a lot of our herbs that we use are herbal alcohol tinctures. They're okay. You can use cane, champagne, red wine, sherry, or white wine vinegars. So, vinegars, because nobody uses much more than a couple of tablespoons of that at a time. That is acceptable. And it says you can use iodized salts. I wouldn't, but I wouldn't do that at any point. I mean, every once in a while when I go out to eat, I end up throwing iodized salt on something, but oh, like never at home. Never at home. Let's see. Giggles says I use wheat berries and mill my own flour. That's bad too. So giggles, it is for the whole 30. It might not be bad in general, but if you want to join us on this whole me and jump in on the whole 30, we are asking you to refrain from that, yes, for 30 days. And I should upload a symptom list. I've got a really nice symptom tracker that goes with my food allergy testing, and I will do that. I will remember to do that tomorrow. I'll upload that in the program, so you can download your symptoms, and you can do that tracker at the beginning, even weekly or every couple of weeks, to and then compare to how your results and how you feel at the end, because a lot of times we feel so crappy that we don't realize it, and then you kind of start to feel better gradually and you forget really quick how crappy you felt. So that's kind of a neat thing to do at the beginning of a program like this as well. So those are the kind of the simple rules. And then in phase two, the reintroduction, you're going to do that for a minimum of 10 days. So I would really say just don't bring that sugar back. Don't bring it back. But like for Giggles with her whole bread, then if that really means a lot to you, that would be the first thing you bring back, would be that bread, not like bread and cake and muffins, just one thing. So you bring that back, you eat a serving or two that day, and then you don't eat it again for 2 more days, and you wait, and you really, really honestly evaluate how you feel, how you felt before you brought that food back, and how you feel after. We give it 2 days because those IgG food allergies are sneaky, and like I said, when we're so sick, we don't know what's making us feel crappy. And those IgGs, they can take up to 2 days to initiate that symptom. So you want to give it 2 days. Um, like then group three would be your non-gluten grains, your oat, rice, corn, quinoa. Then you bring them back in, like not the whole group, just the thing that means the most to you, the thing that you were really missing, and you're going to bring that in. And you're just going to eat a serving or two one day, and then you're not going to eat it. So you're testing these things out, right? Dairy, if that means a lot to you, make that your thing. Bring it back. Then wait. Then the next thing is going to be your glutens. And the last thing would be your alcohol. So they do have it kind of set up in group one, group two, group three. Let's see, let me just read the directions. Yeah, they kind of do tell you to go in order. Group, so the group one is sugar. I would just skip it. Just don't bring it back. Um, and by sugar, I mean blatant sugar, like candy or cookies or, like just blatant sugar. Try not to bring it back. Let me look at comments for a second. Yes, absolutely, Paige. Libraries will have Whole30 books. Lots of probably audibles. Oh yeah, they're everywhere. The Whole30's been around for years and years. Do I have a test for you to buy to check the IgG and IgE numbers for allergies? I do, user 318422875639. I do have a test for that. I don't have a simple link for that. Um, you really would just have to get a hold of me. You can message me here, or you can go to my website and send me an email. That works too. Like I was saying before, I use Immuno Labs for that. You can go to their website and kind of figure out what you want. Um, so you, all right. So to really do it right, you need to have somebody draw your blood. You can get a finger prick kit, but with a finger prick kit, you can only do IgG. And the IgG though is a huge part of your immune system. The IgG is kind of most bang for your buck. You can do that with a finger prick at home kit. What I really like to do is a blood draw. Um, I can draw blood in my office, so I do my own blood draws. But if I send you a kit, you can take it to a blood draw center, and especially if you're in a little bit bigger area, they're not hard to find. They will draw your blood and spin your blood. And then what I like to do is you choose your panel, what you want to run for the IgE, no, sorry, IgG, and then we add what is called a total IgE to it. So that's an extra $40. And then if that number is high, then I'll get a hold of you and say, okay, it's probably worth investigating and running the either they have IgE food and mold panel, or they have IgE like outdoor, like trees and pollens and things like that. They've got two different IgE panels. So if your total IgE is high, you spend $40, you run that. If it's high, then that tells you if it's worth digging deeper. Now, that company also offers Candida albicans, so you can see if there's Candida in blood, but you have to do that with a blood draw. You can do that with finger prick. And it also does the anti-gliadin. It does two different like samples to see if a person is looking like they've got celiac disease, and that is where you have a genetic thing that says your body hates gluten, not just an intolerance, like that genetic thing. So that company does that as well. Is there a prep list to get ready for this? Yeah, so that is kind of what I'm talking about. So if you sign up, go to my link in bio and register for the WholeMe. Just click the link and register, and then you're going to get access to this education vault where all of the information is there for you, and these printouts are there, and it'll Sorry, I gotta do that little puzzle piece, and it will tell you what you need to do, and then we're gonna start together in so January. Yes, and that company is called Immuno Labs. Yep, yep. You can't order. I was saying earlier. Sorry if I'm repeating myself a little bit. I was saying earlier, like Immuno Labs. I basically just upcharge their tests for to cover the credit card fees and the shipping, and that is it. Like, you can't order the test from them, you have to order it from a provider like myself, and as a provider, I can charge wherever I want for the test, like, the 250 no, sorry, it's 207 foods, is $450. So, like, I mean, if I wanted, I could charge $1,000 for it. I could charge whatever I want. Yes. So, Sarah, the whole me, the program is evergreen. It won't go away. It won't go. It will always be there. But January, starting January 1st, is the only time I'm doing it in a big group like this. So I am committed. I'm going to go live here on TikTok, just on TikTok, every morning at 8 o'clock my time. I'm Mountain Standard. So we're just going to kind of go over the daily mantra. We can talk about the journaling assignments. We can talk about foods if people are struggling or that kind of thing. I'm committed to doing that. And I'm not a morning person. And like, that's the one of the things we have to stop is using the word morning. Like, that we're trying to use our words more wisely. So yes, um, okay. Um, so it is evergreen. You can do it. You can do it anytime. I am IgG and IgA deficient. My allergy doctor told me, did blood work and found this issue. What should I do? I don't know what that means, deficient. Would does that mean that you have a underactive immune system? Like, you I don't know what that means. Like, did they do uh IgA, we usually talk about that when we do a stool test. Like, the IgA, yeah, low immune. So then my question, Nancy, is always why? Why? Why would you have a low immune response? I would be interested to see what your blood work looked like even your basic CBC. If you have a low immune response, for me as a functional practitioner, like you probably went to an allopathic doctor. For me as a functional practitioner, a low immune response like that, like if your WBCs, if your white blood cells are under 5, like if they're 4, they'll still say that's normal. But if they're under 5, if they're like 4 or even dipping lower, to me that says microinfection. Like, I would highly suspect that you probably have some latent virus load like Epstein-Barr or maybe some of the herpes viruses or like something else. You've got a microinfection going on. I would guess your thyroid antibodies are probably elevated, would be my suspicion, but I wouldn't know until we did some blood work and did some testing. Um, but yeah, low immune. So, root cause speaking, like I would want to really deep dive detox you and get out what is not supposed to be in there and substitute what's missing, like do like on your blood count, like your mvp and your m, like your m's, your ms, you know what I mean, on your labs. I can't think of off the top of my head what they are. They'll be under your red blood cells, and then they're the ones that start with M. They're 3 letters. There's usually like 4 or 5 of them. If those are too low or too high, those can be indicative of methylation issues. Sometimes even a low immune response can really be a level. Yeah, those. If you, yeah, there's about 5 of them. MV, whatever, depending on how many they ran in your labs. But yeah, even it could be your B vitamins, you could have some methylation issues. But yeah, I would say microinfection. So that's where you got to work with me one on one. Right now, I'm just guessing. I don't know anything about you. So that's what I do. I work virtually with people in intensive coaching programs. So when we work one on one, we do the functional testing, we do labs, I do bioenergetic testing, and I do it all virtually or in person if you live close to me. But we really dig deep into why, what, how, and believe that your body was created to heal, and it will do so when given the right conditions. So, nutritional deficits are a big thing, but so are parasites, pathogens, viruses. I'm kind of in the community that doesn't really think viruses exist, but exotoxins definitely do. So, yeah, I would need to know a lot more. But thank you, Nancy. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. So I am probably done rattling away. I'm going to stop sharing my screen over here and bring it back in, see if anybody is still around watching. Looks like a couple people on a couple different platforms. So, yeah, I am kind of wrapped up. You guys, if you are still here, please say hi, please like and follow. And I do have Instagram up so I could see a comment if anybody has any questions. I do have my chat open. If you are on YouTube or Facebook, I should be able to see your comment or question. If not, because there's always a delay. So if there's something that I missed, I'll go back. I'll answer you. I'll go back and look at the comments. I will answer. So I should probably wrap it up. Time flies. I've been on here for an hour. So, everybody who is here, I would really appreciate all your likes, all your shares, all that stuff. TikTokers, follow me on Facebook. I'm definitely more Facebooky than anything. If you register for the whole me, um, we'll have some insider tips. It's not even launched yet. We're still working on it. We will have a private Facebook group where we're going to keep this up. We're going to keep it up till our goals are met. So, me personally, I'd like to lose 25 to 30 pounds. So, the insider group in the whole me, we're going to go deeper and it is going to be about weight loss. So, I've always been really avoidant of making anything I do about weight loss because I live in the zone that a healthy body finds a healthy weight. A healthy body finds a healthy weight. And I definitely still believe that. But I am being lackadaisy and I need to be accountable. I need to move forward. So, yeah, the group and the gals that I have helping me out in the group doing the support, they're kind of the same as me. Like, we are doing things clean. We're doing things better than the average Joe, and we're not losing weight. So for me, I will never make my platform about hormone balance or about weight loss because one, a healthy body balances its hormones. We have to have mitochondrial energy. We have to have cholesterol. We have to have so many things in line. When those things are in line, your hormones just balance. The weight just kind of comes off. So we always have to keep that in mind. Even myself, where I've been stuck, my body does not want to lose weight. Um, I've done the detox, but I'm not moving my feet. I'm for me, I really undereat, which is can be dangerous as well because I have Hashimoto thyroid issues. When you undereat, when you don't eat enough calories, you don't eat enough protein with Hashimoto's thyroid, you tend to make too much reverse thyroid. So you make the opposite of the good usable T3, you make R3. and that's sneaking up too high on me. My antibodies are high, and that's from using that electric box. They've just made my thyroid antibodies shoot off the roof. So those are some things that I personally know that I need to get under control. But where I'm ready to make it about weight loss is because I'm so excited, and I'm just going to mention it a little bit here. You'll get more information inside the WholeMe program. You'll This is just a teaser, but I've been waiting. So we all know there is this pandemic out there that is called Ozempic and the other drugs like it. Like, they are just gone rampant. It is a pandemic. People are absolutely losing weight, but they are losing their minds. They're losing their stomach motility. They're losing their muscle. Like, they're wasting away. They're just becoming like shells. It is affecting people's mental health. It's affecting people in very, very negative ways. So I have been quietly waiting for my community, the natural community, the holistic community, to come up with an answer to this Ozempic pandemic. And it's here. We have it. We have a peptide company that I have just partnered with, and I've been kind of watching and waiting. I haven't tried the products myself, so I am going to. I have them ordered. Um, and it's all about peptides. So peptides are those tiny, tiny, tiny micromolecules, the building blocks, the building blocks that help you build lean muscle, that help you hydrate, that help you lose fat and activate that GLP-1 thing, that everybody's talking about. So I'm excited about that. Um, and I need it. I need that extra momentum. I need that extra motivation. I need the Whole30 to really put the brakes on how I've been eating. So myself, I plan on staying in full Whole30 mode until I've met my weight loss goal. And that staying in that mode, the rest of my body is going to heal because I'm eating cleaner. The rest of my body is going to be less inflamed because I'm not eating grain, because I'm not eating sugar. So my liver is going to work better. I may have to do some additional things to help my liver because I don't methylate. I have MTHFR gene mutation. So I will have to add those things in. I'll have to make sure my B vitamins are there. I'll have to do all of that. But that Whole30, I'm staying there. It's not 30 for me. It's until my goal is met. And I need that extra accountability to do it. The whole me with the mindset, with the breathing, like, for me, that's not going to be 30 days. That's going to be the rest of my life. That is going to be going forward. Those are the things that I have not been consistent with. Those are the things that I need to practice what I preach. I need to put that in play. All right, I got a couple more questions. Paige, thank you for being here. Did yeah. Yes. Yes, Paige, I did say that. Um and they're really high right now. I'm gonna retest them probably at the end of January. The last time I tested them, they were 6,500. Yeah, I mean, and yes, that is a real number. The lab was like, "Yes, we retested that. That is accurate." And above 30 is considered abnormal, and mine are 6,500. Yes. Um Yeah, so Paige, that might, but just keep track of how you feel. Don't wor I'm not worried about it. Just keep track of how you feel. I feel fine, um, and I do believe that they're up like that because my body is having a response to it. My body's cleaning it up, and that's what has to happen if we're gonna heal for it. If I'm gonna be able to say I no longer have Hashimoto's, my body's gonna have to be the one that fixes it. Yay, you just followed me on Facebook. Yeah. So team is it team Emrick? Emrick. Yeah, I do. I help people do all of that fun stuff. I do. You guys are gonna be hearing more. I'm having password trouble, but so somebody just asked if I help detox, switch hands, my hand's going numb. If I help detox from Lyme disease and Epstein-Barr. Yep, yep, yep. And this watch I have on is gonna be something you guys are gonna hear me talk about a lot in the future too. I'm not gonna say much because I don't have my affiliate link working yet. I'm having password trouble, and then I get busy and I don't go back. But this watch is super cool. What I love about it is different from the other watches, other frequency watches I've seen, because I can turn the Wi-Fi off on this, so it has absolutely no EMF blowback. So that's really important to me. And then it's got, you can get different levels and download the frequencies. It's got some Lyme, um, to help you get rid of Lyme. It's got Rife to help you get rid of Lyme, that are truly miraculous. So you'll be hearing more about that from me when I get my affiliate link working. But that's all I'm going to say. You got to follow me for more information. I'm not even going to tell you the brand. It's not Wave Watch, I'll tell you that much. It looks like an Apple Watch, but it's not. It does tell time, but it doesn't do anything else. It doesn't link to your phone, it doesn't do text, it doesn't do anything. I used to have an Apple Watch and I got rid of it because I don't like the extra EMF. I don't need it. And I don't want to be that beck and call girl with my phone. Keeping up with all you guys is hard enough with a full-time job. So yeah, I would love to help you detox from Lyme and Epstein-Barr. To start out, we got to get your mitochondria up. We got to get your pathways open. Then we got to get the big parasites. Then we get the little parasites. Then we get the Lyme. Then we get the Epstein-Barr. So it's all just layer by layer by layer by layer, like a jawbreaker. You got to lick those layers off one at a time. Yeah, Epstein-Barr detox, that's sneaky. Epstein-Barr is super sneaky. I just got a Whoop brand for my wrist. Is that no, it's not Whoop. Nope, it's not that. Um Oh, you guys, I just love it. I got just 15, 13 people on with me now, and that is amazing. Every time we get on, we grow our community. So I'm always looking for new friends, always looking um, for people that want to come in my circle. So I am a RN. I am divorced from the sick care system. I definitely still consider myself integrative. I do think there is a time and a place, and I feel like I know when it is. When somebody needs to go to the emergency room, or when we can figure those things out ourselves. So yeah, I appreciate you. Oh, I love your emojis. Yes, give us all some love. But guys, I really do need to close this off. If you were on, or if I missed you on my Facebook page, these videos stay up. Like I don't undo them. So if you like want to hear me ramble for hours, you can scroll through my Facebook page and find them. I also do have a YouTube that like nobody follows. Follow me on YouTube. I get no love on YouTube whatsoever. So YouTube also keeps my videos evergreen for me. Let's see. Team Emmerich, one last thing. I've learned that Epstein Barr and Lyme go hand in hand. That is super true. Super true. And I do bioenergetic testing. And so, like, even 5 years ago, if somebody told me that I was going to be doing muscle testing and bioenergetic testing and a holistic practitioner, well, maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago, for sure, I would not have believed you. So, Lyme is straight up a bioweapon. Everybody that I do energetic testing on, or energy work, Lyme comes up. It doesn't matter. It comes up for everybody. It comes up for babies. It comes up for adults. It is it's in us all. The in Epstein-Barr herpes viruses, they're in us all. And whether or not they're being expressed or if your immune system can handle them, that is what is different from one person to a next. It's not if it's in you, because it's in you, it's in everybody. It's whether or not your immune system can deal with everything else that's going on, that virus is either under control or being expressed. And like with the Lyme, that is bacterial. That can get, like, for mine right now, I definitely have got some pretty decent Lyme too, and it's in my spine. Super, super in my spinal fluid. And like using that EV box too has made my spine super tight. Like especially like right in the middle behind my shoulder blades. Like when I cough, it just something weird happens. And like I feel fine. I'm not worried about it. I'm going to keep using the EV box. I'm going to keep detoxing, but we just need to understand that these are stages. And detox is not an easy thing, and there are highs and lows and roller coasters, and you have to know that before you start, and you have to be in it for the long run. You have to be in it for the chess game. You have to keep going, and get through it. And it's going to take a lot of different products. It's going to take a lot of different testing. It's going to take a lot of different systems. For Lyme, is super hard to test. I think the blood work is kind of bullshit. And for me, like, if somebody really wants to know, I can do the blood work. I have a company that we can use. We can test for Lyme. We can do the blood work. But I'm not sure why, like, because we're gonna treat the problems the same, and if you were looking from a medical perspective, you would do the blood work because you would want a diagnosis, like, and then you'd have a diagnosis code, and then your insurance company would pay for it, or you could get certain drugs to treat it, but I don't care about all that. I don't care about the diagnosis code. I don't care about the insurance billing. So I don't really care about labels. So for me, that's why the bioenergetic testing is good enough, because we're going to treat the problem, not the disease. Like we're going to treat we don't I don't care about the label. Like we're still going to get rid of it. We're still going to clean it out, no matter what the actual bug originated as. Um, so EB box, uh, my Facebook crowd, you probably don't know what this EB box is that everybody keeps talking about, because um, it's kind of a TikTok thing. All of the Created to Heal family. So the EB box is this really rogue, like off-label, unapproved energy box. Um, what was your question? How long do I use the energy box? It really depends on how long I'm at home. So, my favorite way to use it, Paige, is for the first 10 minutes of the day, I stand on my vibration plate and use it. So, and I don't know about you guys, but okay, who here is using a vibration plate? I want to see hands. Somebody wave if you're using a vibration plate. Those things I didn't have much faith in or till I got one. So this is my story. I had gotten this big, like $1,200 professional vibration plate that is heavy, it's huge, it sounds like a jet engine when you start it up. And like I rarely used it. I didn't think it I don't know, it was so loud and whatever. So I got on sale a vibration plate from TikTok. I should have a link, right? I should be selling these things. Ever you scroll through, everybody's selling things. Anyway, the vibration plate, when just it was on sale, $67. When I use that thing, it makes my fat itch so bad. All right, hands. Does this vibration plate just make you itch like crazy? It makes me itch so bad. So there too, I think I must have really worse circulation, worse microcirculation than I thought, and maybe more toxins in my fat than I thought. I don't know what that itching is about, but that's what I like to do, Paige. I like to use the EB box while I'm standing on that, and then I kinda get, more done for that 10 minutes, and then in the evening, when we're sitting around watching TV, what I don't love about that EB box is that I can't use my hands, I can't scroll, I can't do anything else while I'm using it, so I find that annoying. But, um, EB box looks like when we're sitting around watching TV, sometimes I'll be on and off of it, like, for 2 hours, like, kind of like, I'll take a tiny little break, and then I'll go right back on, just kinda holding it and sitting on my butt in front of the TV. So, there's that, right? I could be exercising, but my body doesn't like to exercise in the evening. Um, vibration plates. The CDC blood work said I was negative, but it was outdated. 2 other blood. Yeah. Yeah, that Lyme stuff, I just honestly, I wouldn't even waste money on the blood work testing for that anymore. And it also it can if it's latent, sometimes it doesn't show up on your blood work either. You about have to test when you're in a flare of it, and it can migrate and it can crop up, and stress can make it crop up again. So it acts like a virus. Ooh, excuse me. It acts like a virus, but it's not. Hmm. Giggles likes the vibration plate. Yes, yes. I'm glad it makes you itchy too. Yeah. And well, even like if I use a push lawnmower, it makes me itchy, or if I jog, it makes my chest really itchy. Oh, your vibration plate? Yeah, I would honestly, I would more be, I think it's better in the morning um, to get your lymph system, your blood going before morning. But I mean, use it twice a day if you can. Before bed would be fine too. You could try to do upper body in at night and lower body in the morning, or something like that. Aw. All right, guys. I really am getting off of here. I feel bad. People just keep coming on, and we're finally getting some good conversation going. It's not just me talking, doing all the talk. Oh, Savannah, can you vent? What's up, girl? Okay, I'm gonna shut down this Facebook. There's still says there's a couple people on there. If you're on Facebook, I am gonna shut down TikTok, but a couple of people want to talk, so I'm gonna give them a second. If you're on Facebook, I'm shutting this off. Run over to TikTok if you want to stay in the crowd. All right. Good night to